Welcome this evening, everyone, to our presentation. Thank you so much for connecting with us. My name is Cheryl Henderson, and tonight I'm going to present something new and special. This is something that was inspired by feedback that I had been receiving and just noticing some questions that we were having from our clients. I'm a part of Boardwalk Developments. I'm one of the owners of Boardwalk Developments, which is a builder here in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So we do a lot of presentations about the Dominican Republic, investing in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, and real estate in general. But tonight, the concept and the idea is to launch and present a new program that we have for investors. Now, this is an alliance, so it's called the International Property Investors Alliance. We're working as a group. We're leveraging our forces together to be able to invest internationally without having to come up with all of the cash, which I know that there are some people who have hundreds and thousands of dollars sitting in a bank account, and the majority of us do not. So our program tonight is to allow those who are looking and interested in getting into investment, but maybe without those hundreds of thousands, to still be able to invest internationally in income generating properties. Let's get started with the presentation. So you probably want to know, what is the International Property Investors Alliance? Like, what is it? Well, it's a network of investors interested in growing wealth through international investments with Boardwalk Developments. So this is a program specially designed by the developer Boardwalk Developments to help investors invest. It is also an opportunity to acquire real estate assets with the minimum investment and risk. So I know a lot of people, even me, it's like, well, that's a lot to invest internationally. Well, I want to kind of get started. I want to start a home, a starter investment. I've had many clients say that, even especially when I was first working here back 18 years ago, and people were like, well, let's just get something started. They've come back, they've invested in other things, they've sold, upgraded. I do understand the urge to kind of cogerlo suave, as they say in Spanish, to go at it a little bit easier. So this is for those people too. Minimum investment, minimum risk. And it's also a way to invest safely internationally. You're safe with the group. You're safe working with a reputable builder who is putting together a program to walk you through the steps of international investment. You're not alone. You're with the group. You have the support. You have the backing of the team. So it is not as if you're out there alone or doing it alone. We're even organizing through the Alliance mastermind sessions where we all get together and talk about our investments or what we heard or what we like, with a part of it kind of a training or a concept, and then discussion about it or how it can be applied to real estate. So being a part of the program is not only about property, but also about education, because you need to be clear about what you're doing, or future investments, or evolving your investments, starting out with the group and then getting your own, or going into commercial, or going into buildings, or going into development, like what I actually did back in the day when I first started in real estate back in 2000. I was buying a little property and flipping it. Then we were doing more properties, and then larger properties. And then we eventually got into development and many things. But in order to grow, the first thing you have to do is get started. Of course, you're going to hear me say that you have to be in it to win it. So get started. I always say that that's one of the most important things. Don't sit on the sidelines watching, because then you have that heartache when you watch the prices go up and you could have or should have gotten in. This is where we work together and get those questions answered and help you to make a safe investment, an investment to get started and then learn and grow into other things. So what does the program offer? Well, guaranteed appreciation for your investment during this construction, because we're starting with construction, pre-construction that is in construction. So the project is moving, they're working out there every day, they're actually building the community. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later when we get into the part where we're talking about like, what is the investment? It is pre-construction real estate where the price increases are built into the system. So you get guaranteed appreciation throughout the construction process before you receive the keys. You also have priority rental referrals through Boardwalk Developments and affiliated partners. We are affiliated with real estate companies. We are affiliated with companies and businesses that bring tours, that bring vacationers and people to town. And our program will be a priority with our affiliates and our collaborators. And I have a lot of good relationships. Some of them are even businesses I'm actually a part of, and some of them are just collaborators, but we will get preferential rental treatment through our collaborators. Also, business references, for example, if you need to open a bank account or want to do business here, many times they ask for a referral. If you want to, let's say, you're investing in this property, but you want to come down and maybe rent long-term because you want to just buy properties and start with rentals. They ask for references and referrals. These are the kind of things that we can assist with because we are collaborating and in a business relationship. There's also the opportunity to invest in an affordable income property. It is affordable to you because we're leveraging the group. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. The groups are small. It's not like, 100 people buy one property, maximum about 5 people. So the percentages are higher, it's 20%, and you actually get ownership of the property. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Super interesting what we have here, and we'll give you more details. Also, referrals and connections to the best business professionals in the area. I've lived in this area since 2006. I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of collaborators, a lot of them, we work together, we support each other. So these are connections that maybe you would be interested in if you're looking to start a business or start a different business or want to come here or move here or do different things. You will be very well connected through the program. So how does a program work? Well, you invest with us. You invest with Boardwalk Developments, and you invest in a property that is under construction that we're building. And then you become a part of a group. So you're going to be in a group with either 2 people or 3 people or 4 people, depending on you. It depends on what you want. We have one lady, she was like, I want 1 or 2 people max. We're going to come together. Let me know what they're about. And actually, we're putting that group together of like-minded people, people who have similar goals, similar desires, and they're collaborating to buy a property together because one of them is actually a friend of mine, 30 years, friend of mine. And she's already invested in a couple of things and she wants something else. And she was, tell me about the program. And I'm thinking, okay, they can make a very, very, very good match. So we're going to be very proactive about the groups. The language, Spanish speaking people will be with the Spanish speaking people so they can communicate and have meetings together, different things like that. And then you enjoy the benefits of your investment. So you will participate in the company as an owner of a Dominican company. Your name, you own the shares, and that company actually owns the assets. So you are owner with title of your percentage of the property, and you own it because you're owner of the company that owns the asset. That is how we set that up. And let's say you want to sell your shares, you can sell your shares. We'll find a market value, sell your shares. Let's say you want to buy more shares because that happens most of the time. It's like, okay, I'm good, I'm comfortable. Okay, I'm ready for something else. You can get more shares, you can get other properties, you can bring other groups together that may want to invest. So your options are definitely not limited. Let's see. Okay, next slide. So you can be a part of the International Property Investors Alliance. And it's a unique opportunity. And as an investor, you get ownership of the property, as I said. So we have title to the property. The company owns the property, you're an owner of the property. You get depreciation throughout construction, the rental income, and insider scoop on the best investment strategies and opportunities. So we create opportunities for our investors. We build the opportunities so our investors can learn and grow, make money, and continue investing. So with as little as about $20,000 as a deposit for your condo and low monthly payments throughout the rest of the construction, you can own your piece of paradise. So where can you do that? Where can you own real estate for 20,000 and then monthly payments? We're talking between 50 and 55,000 that you can be owner. And I think we even have some options for even less. We're going to actually go through that in a few minutes. So we have some contact information here where you can be a part of the program. So let's talk a little bit about Punta Cana and why invest in Punta Cana. Natural beauty, of course, Punta Cana is in the Caribbean. The weather is great all the time. We're in a tourist area, white sand beaches, just gorgeous. The weather is one of the #1 reasons people come here, the weather and the beaches. The growing infrastructure. In the years that I've been here, I've seen highways, I've seen bridges, I've seen now they're starting on a train system that is going to make getting from Punta Cana to Santo Domingo even shorter. I mean, when I first got here, there was not even a highway. So it would take like 6-7 hours to get to Santo Domingo. Now we can get there in like 2.5 hours, depending on where you're going. And this train system, they're saying it's going to be like 1 hour. So infrastructure is just continuing to get better and better and better. Speedy internet, all of the services here that is, you can count on that. In Punta Cana, the electricity is very stable here ever since I moved here because the hotels were what really colonized the area. Like the hotels came first. They guaranteed stable electricity. It's a private company. So, you know, if they're not providing electricity, they're not billing money and they're not making money and they're out of business. So in Punta Cana, one of the good things is that the electricity is very stable. We have government support for tourism and development through tax incentives, tax abatements, and incentives, expedited residency, lots of different incentives for foreign investors. We have here, let's see, my strong economic growth. Well, anybody who has been watching Punta Cana or knows anything about Punta Cana knows how much this area has grown over the past 20 years. As I said, when I came here, no highways, you know, really no residential development, commercial development. It was really just hotels and an airport that wasn't even on the map at the time. And eventually now we have Punta Cana on the map as it's grown so much and continues to grow through the support of the government. So the government support of the economic growth as well as foreign investment has been some of the driving factors for the growth of the economy here in the Dominican Republic, where now they're not even really considering us third world anymore. We're emerging because we're checking off all of the boxes, you know, opportunities for women, educational opportunities, business opportunities, foreign investments, stability in the government, all those things, we're checking those boxes and we're growing in our status. So the opportunity really is now to be a part of the continued growth that we have, the stable growth that we have had and will continue to have. A high ROI potential and favorable investment climate. This is something that I've seen since I've moved here. I mean, the reason that we have so much growth and development is because of the good returns the investors are appreciating, especially investors who are renting vacation homes. Part of the growth, actually, we've grown from about 7 million tourists to now we should top this year we're going to top, I think we're going to like hit 12 million. So literally almost double the tourism numbers just in the last 5 years. And that is because there is so much growth and opportunity. And the majority of that growth are people who are actually staying in vacation rentals. So if you think about the explosive growth that we're experiencing here and the fact that the majority of that growth is because people are looking to stay in vacation rentals or with friends outside of the resorts, then you know there is an opportunity to earn income off of a vacation rental, right? And then the last one here is safety. This is a picture of me. In case you couldn't tell. And this is me with a stack of titles. So this is Maple Beach and Maple Suites titles. We were so excited when we got that stack of titles in our hands delivered by the lawyer that I took a picture with those titles. I mean, really, if you think about it, a title, a property title is worth more than cash. And do you know why? Because a dollar is worth less every day. But those documents that I had in my hand, each of those pieces of paper, legal titles for properties, is worth more every day. At the moment that I had received those for the Maple Beach project, it was worth about $33 million. And we had sold for like 22. So definitely when we delivered those titles to the owners, they had more value in those titles than when they signed the original paperwork to buy in the project. So if you want to know if your investment is safe, yes, you get titles, you have your original documents. It's not like Mexico where you have to rent or get a lease or have a national on your paperwork. No, you can put your own name, you can put your company name, you can put whatever name on the property that you want and have your own asset. So just want to go over quickly these tourism numbers. At the middle of the year, we saw 6 million, which put us on track for like 1 million tourists a month. And at the end of last year, we only had 10 million. I say only, but last year at the end of the year, I was celebrating and whistling Dixie because we crossed 10 million tourists. Now we are really looking to smash that record and possibly with the average of 1 million tourists a month to hit 12 million tourists, which is literally a 20% increase. And then also, of course, get everybody's feedback about how it's going or what they think or answering questions or what might be the most interesting next investment for the group. So then we can add those other properties into the program. But we're starting with the Maple Suites. So let me tell you about the Maple Suites. It's really nice. These are large condos, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom condos in Punta Cana, in Cortecito, actually right next to Maple Beach. So it's like the next phase of Maple Beach where we're building 58 1-bedroom condos of 75 square meters, which comes up to be about 840 square feet. So that is the property that we are offering to our investors. Here's a location here. You see that it is under construction. We actually have the floor of the 3rd floor. We have 1 more floor. We just poured the 2nd floor. So we have the ground floor, which is parking, and the 2nd floor. So right now, those condos on the 2nd floor are taking shape. They're actually building out the rooms and we can walk in. And very soon we're going to have a model condo in Maple Suites that we're going to furnish, and you can see what the model condo will look like. But we're literally 1 block from the beach, about 2.5 minutes walking distance to the beach. So really right next to the beach. And we have a beach club that we're offering as well. We'll see about the beach club. So let me talk to you about the location. Close to the beach, Cortecito. We have restaurants all up and down and along the beach, as well as that road that's right in front of the community. We're about 20 minutes from the airport, 10 minutes from other beaches, Los Corrales beaches and other beach clubs as well. 15 minutes to downtown and about 10 minutes from a golf course. So basically, we are only about 10, 15, no more than 20 minutes away from everything. Cortecito is very centrally located. So some of the other amenities you can enjoy: 24/7 security. We will have security. We have private covered parking. So the first floor will be the parking you can see here. We already have the second floor poured, and very soon we'll be pouring the top floor, the roof, and then we'll have the building completely encapsulated, and then we're finishing the interiors for the majority of next year. Top quality finishings, as we have done also in Maple Beach. So then we'll have a pool there, so residents and owners and will be able to enjoy two pools, because there is a pool in Maple Beach and there will also be a pool in Maple Suite. Elevators, so no need to walk up those stairs, even though it's 2-3 floors. There are elevators that will be in the building, so you don't even have to walk up the stairs. We have the reception lobby area that will have somebody available 24/7 to provide service and assistance. And then, of course, the beach club. So ownership includes membership to the beach club, which is literally right on that beach, 2.5 minutes away. So you'll have a beach bar, you will have the lounge chairs, you will have showers, lockers, a bar where you can order drinks. The restaurants, all the restaurants in the area will deliver, will offer discounts to owners. So we really have a special thing set up on the beach and the beach club for the owners. Oh, and then also here in this picture on the second floor is going to be like a game room, hanging out area where we'll have pool tables, cards, dominoes, just kind of enjoy the ambiance. And I worked with these images for a while, but lately we have gone out, we've done video, we've done drone video from the beach club. And also I went out there and did a little video because I want you to see how beautiful the beach club is. 2 minutes, so you know how close you are. And it is really, really gorgeous. So this is a video of the location of the beach club. You can see how far from the community that is being built, the Maple Beach, also Maple Suites. And then you'll see a little arrow pointing to where the beach club is from the different views that is to be built. So we did acquire this asset to add to the Boardwalk portfolio last year, and we'll be building it, and it will be opening as we will be delivering the keys to Maple Suites. So next year, the beach club will be open as we will be opening Maple Suites, and between Maple Beach and Maple Suites will have their access to the beach club. So I just want to take a moment to show you, here is the beach club where you see the red arrow, and right down this street, you have Maple Beach here, the teal color, and Maple Suites will be right next to it. So literally like a city block away from the beach right there. We are right next to Captain Cook's, which is one of the most famous restaurants in all of the Dominican Republic. The Mundo, the owner, started that restaurant like 35 years ago or more, when there was literally nothing. Like, I thought I came here when there was nothing 18 years. I can't even imagine what was there when he opened this restaurant. So we're literally right next to one of the most famous restaurants, and they are offering discounts to beach club owners and also delivery of the food. All the restaurants will be bringing food. So we're not really looking to do a kitchen. We don't want to take up the extra space, but we will have a bar and then food available from all the restaurants in the area. So we'll be building this out next year. Yep. And then this is just me on the ground. Yeah, I'm working with veterans these days, so I have veterans speak some, and I did not even have to add the music because that was the music that they were playing right there, listening to the bachata from Romeo. Beautiful turquoise waters, beautiful day right there at the beach club. So let's talk about the features of the condo. The condo is 75 square meters, 840 square feet, a very large, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with a walk-in closet, living room, dining room, very spacious, even with the breakfast bar and a laundry area off the kitchen and a balcony that spans the living room and the bedroom. So lots and lots of space to be very comfortable for a short stay, for a longer stay. We're renting these condos. They come in very high demand. They're commanding great rental rates because they are literally walking distance to the beach and everything in the area. So you can rent with your tenants knowing that they don't have to get a car, they don't have to worry about Uber, everything is right there. Even there's delivery if you don't even want to go out, you can get delivery. The mini markets deliver, all the restaurants deliver. So super, super, super convenient. This is the availability on the second floor. So right here we have the beach. This is the street in front. So we have these that are available through the group. So you can choose which one you want to invest in, either yourself with the group, or you come and bring your friends, and we help you set up everything. So this is a cost breakdown. So we're going to go through some numbers here. We're going to spend a little bit of time to go through the cost breakdown for 25% ownership. So that means there are 4 investors. With 4 investors, you own 25% of the investment. And here is a cost breakdown. The cost of the condo, $170, the legal and closing fees, the transfer tax to get the title in the name of the company, the furniture, so it comes fully furnished with everything: washer, dryer, sheets, towels, forks, spoons, furniture, the whole kit and caboodle. The company fee, because the lawyer will make a Dominican company that you will be owner of, and then the extra that can go into opening up the bank account. And of course, we help you with the bank account as well. So all told, a $200,000 investment that you would have 25% ownership of. So that's 50,000. And so how is that paid? 5,000 upfront as a reservation, and then 20,000 in about a month when you sign all of the paperwork and your ownership of the condo. So that's 25,000 that is paid up front, and the other 25,000 is paid throughout monthly payments until the property is delivered next year in December. So under $2,000. It may sound like a little, it may sound like a lot, but that is it. So if you really think about it, in 1 year, it's paid for, you own your property, you get the keys, you don't have to come, no hidden costs. As somebody asked that the other day, what are the hidden? None, because you've got your company, your lawyer paid, you got your furniture, you even have some little bit of money to put in the bank account to get you started. So we put everything together and we facilitate everything to make it very easy for you, because we know that you have questions and you're like, how does this work? How does that work? Who do I go to? We walk with you through all of that and actually coordinate all of that for you to make it very easy for you. And throughout the time, we're providing education, what's going on with the construction, what's going on with the market, what's going on in Punta Cana, how to invest, how to calculate a ROI, all of these different questions that it's good to know if you're an investor, right? How do you do all of that stuff? We're going to be having monthly meetings to go through all of that, because if you're in the program, it's not only about buying a property, but also about being an educated and savvy investor. So this is the opportunity for a second floor condo with a group of 4. Now, let's say you want to come in and invest a little bit less, you can invest with a group of 5. That's the most that we recommend, because we really don't want to water down the returns. You know, 20%, that's a decent ownership, because you only have a few other people that you're sharing with. You can share with less if you want to come up with more and get in with the group with fewer people, we can organize that for you too. But we are working with 4 or 5 so that the ownership is 20 to 25% of the investment. And in that scenario, we have the same numbers, but we divide them by one extra person. So at the end, instead of paying 50,000, you're paying 40,000, but same 5,000 down, then 15,000 at the end when you're signing your company, your ownership, and all of those documents, and then only 1,500 monthly for the next 14 months. Like you could, if you are not making that much, you can find ways to economize. Some people are looking at getting side jobs. What do you need to do to elevate your life to the next level to get a property? Because once you get one, like the first one is the hardest. I mean, I remember the first property I bought, oh my gosh, woo, that was like excitement. It was like fear. It was like exhilaration. And now, after 20 years, I buy a property, I sell a property, I know what I'm doing. I'm more confident about what I'm doing. And I have literally made millions of dollars in real estate. So, I've actually done it. And these are some of the ways that I've done it. I leverage, I work with other people, I bring in partners, I educate myself, I learn. I'm really looking to bring a solution that has actually worked for me. It has worked for me. And I still, even today, if I want to do an investment, I may grab a couple of people to do it and say, listen, let's go in on this together, or work with bigger investors, or put together groups with smaller investors. But either way, it's good to invest and to be engaged in what is going on with the real estate market, because the wealth in the world is in finance and real estate. And so far, I don't own a bank, but I do own real estate. So I'm talking about what I know here, real estate. So let's look at the third floor. Fewer options. The third floor is more popular, but we do have 3 options on the third floor. So if you're interested in the third floor, speak up or forever hold your peace, because I don't think that those condos are going to be available for very long. And then the numbers are a little bit different because the third floor condo is 10,000 more. So it is 210 at the end. It's a little bit over the 50,000, but and you're paying a little bit over 2,000 a month, but you are getting a property that's on a higher floor. There's nobody above you. It's the level of the pool. It is a different property, a more valuable property. So if you can do more, then go for the third floor. Also, they rent for more money. So here are the numbers if you are investing with 4 other people, or you can even come in and say, I'll take 2 parts. So you can do that. I do have some investments where there are big groups and I have 2 parts or 3 parts, or other people have 1 part, but you can actually invest more if you're interested. So here are the numbers for this. We'll have these slides available for you, but it is everything, including all closing costs, furniture, the companies, and with money to open the bank account. Here we have the $400 miscellaneous. That is the extra that can go toward whatever is miscellaneous or towards the bank account. And then you're just under $1,700 a month. So we have pro forma information. Not going to go through the nitty-gritty details of that, because I'm sure that those of you who really care will want to study and look at these numbers. But we do have an annual return of 9% going up over time, because your cost basis stays the same, but you're renting for more as the rental rates go up. So you're gaining momentum on your investment every year, starting with about 9% for 100%. Oh, well, this is 100% ownership. So this shows the numbers for the full property, and then 25% ownership, what your numbers are, what your actual take home is after taxes and everything. You're making thousands of dollars. Like, you keep $50,000 in a bank in the United States, you are not walking home with thousands of dollars by the end of the year. And then every year thereafter that, you will be lucky to walk away with 100. And I know in some countries, you will actually be paying for them to have your money in the bank. And here we have a scenario where you're getting $4,000, $5,000 a year, because you are getting a return on your investment, which is an asset Much better way to spend your money, much better. Even if you have to suck it up for a year, suck it up and get in, leave that Gucci bag, use the ones you have. Don't get a new car. I mean, I'm around people who come and they have all the new stuff, all the bling bling and the new shoes and all these, all the newest phones and the newest TVs. They don't have a property, renting a property. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my goodness, and talking about, well, I don't have enough saved to buy a property. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is something I talked to my husband about way back in the day when we were first meeting, and he had all his dreams of all the stuff that he wanted. And I said, listen, I love dirt. I like property. I want to get property because I make money off of property. And guess what? The money that I make off of my investments, that is what I go and buy a Gucci purse or a Rolex watch with, but not off of the money that I'm sweating for, because I don't want my efforts to just go like, broop. You scuff up those shoes and that's it. And I've been there and I felt that, and I'm like, I'm not really into this. I'd still rather buy another piece of property, get another condo or something that's going to put money in my pocket. And with that money, I could go and do whatever I want, but I know I got a base. I know I got a base. Like when I first met my husband, we actually bought a commercial space in one of the plazas in the area. It took us 5-6 years to get our money back off of that commercial space. But let me tell you something. That was 15 years ago when I first met him. And every month we get $1,300 off of that. And we have not had a payment on that in over 10 years. That is just money. That is just gravy. I don't even know what the property is worth because I'm not thinking about selling it, because I'm making good money off of that every single month. And that's real. That is real. And it's funny because in the beginning he was like, no, don't buy this property. The seller is negotiating too hard and don't do it. And it was like $1,000 or $2,000 difference in the negotiation. And I was like, let me tell you something. I'm not going to let this property go because it's a good value. And I'm not going to get in like a pissing match with this guy over $1,000 or $2,000 when at the end of the day, I know I'm not going to let this investment go because this is a long-term investment. And literally, we make over $1,000 every month, and the renter pays like clockwork. These are the kind of investments you need to get in on. And we got in on this with like less than $50,000. We bought that commercial space right down the street from Maple Beach. It's like 30,000 or 33 because we were fighting over the last couple. But get in on where you can fit in, and I could fit in there. I was able to get in on that investment. I wasn't going to let it go, and now it pays. So this is how you get in and you leverage with investments. So I don't want to get on a soapbox, but I like teaching about investments and talking about real estate and talking about numbers and making money. This is a money-making proposition. So let's say you go for the 20% ownership. We have the pro forma for 10 years. You're making a few $1,000s at the end of the year. You're making thousands of money at thousands of dollars at the end of the year. After a couple of years, buy another one or get in on another one or buy out your partners or get other properties so that you have that income coming in. How many of these do you need to be comfortable? And getting in now, your property is going to be worth more. I'm sure that property is probably worth 3, 4, 5 times what I got it for. I got in on an opportunity, and this is an opportunity for all of you. So here are some of our assumptions. We're assuming that it's based on 100 per night on the second floor, 110 per night on the third floor, based on 70% occupancy. Every month, the Minister of Tourism comes out with numbers every month, and we're tracking and averaging about 70% across the board. So we're working with the 70%. We're going to be packed during high season, a little bit less after Easter, busy during the summer with the Europeans coming, more people coming from Europe these days too, because of all the stuff going on in Europe and Russia. More and more Europeans are coming to vacation, getting out of Europe to vacation, coming to buy. And coming for the longer term rentals. The electricity is based on the minimums since the tenant pays the usage. So if there's no tenant, you don't get electricity usage, electricity consumption down, and property management based on 25%, which is the going rate for property management. So we took out the expenses of property management and all of those things, and you're still getting a great return on your investment. So going to go through some of the frequently asked questions. Let's see. Can a business own a share? Yes. Yes. Individual people or businesses can own shares. It is a company. So what we will be setting up is an LLC. Okay, it is just like an LLC. It is limited liability and comes with 100 shares. You can have personal names on the shares, or if you have an LLC or a company in the United States, that company can own the shares and that company can manage the investment.
I didn't go to the
You'll just have to provide
event.
Some paperwork on your company, you know, some paperwork on who owns the company, who has the right to sign for that company, because that is a person that will sign for the new company for the property. So that is actually a very, very good question. Let me see if there are other questions here. Is there any plan to fix a road in front of Maple Suites? Yes. Actually, I love this question because this means you know the area. Last month, I met with the mayor of Punta Cana, the mayor of Punta Cana Verón. We sat down and we talked, and he told me that starting in January, his budget for running the town or the city hall, you know, he's the mayor, so running his business will go, will multiply 5 times what he's getting right now. And my bottom lip fell. I'm good with numbers, so I did a calculation. He told me how much he gets now, and he told me how much he's going to be getting in January, because we've recently done a census in the area and the population has grown that much. Now, everybody knows here that censuses are every 10 years. So we have had 10 years worth of growth, and the growth has equal to 5 times the budget, and he is planning to do that work. On my Facebook, I did a video a couple of weeks ago because he was literally standing out there on the street with other people after a rain, looking at the work that's done where they're looking to fix the drainage problem. So what he told me was he had to fix the drainage problem first, and then Public Works will come in and take care of the roads along with tourism. So it's politics. I don't know politics that well. I've always tried to stay out of politics, but now I'm compelled to get involved with politics because we have Maple Beach there, we have Maple Suites, we have other projects. We're a part of the community, and somebody's got to go and talk to the mayor and say, what are y'all planning to do? Come over here. I'm not the only one, because he already had these plans in the works to dig new filtration so that we have the water that can flow. The water is not flowing like it normally does because of some of the construction, because we're at a low point in that area and all the water goes in that direction. But they're digging drains, which they said that they didn't actually dig deep enough and with the right materials, and they actually, the ones that they did before, collapsed. So that's why the drainage has been backed up, and now they're digging them again. They're doing that work. I've seen him out there with my own eyes. I actually sat in his office, heard him telling these stories. So this is what is going on in the area right now, which is great. I'm also working with owners to really revitalize that area, walking down towards the beach, like really putting in the time, the effort, the commitment, because this is the area where we're investing. So we have to put in our effort to make it better. So you can be guaranteed that that will be taken care of, and your value will even go higher because of that. Another reason to not sit on the opportunity. Somebody asked to educate us on the Open Skies Agreement and how that will impact in tourism and the investment. Well, the Open Skies Agreement is an agreement that the DR has with the airlines to offer flexible rates for flights. So they're not dictating and really having an agenda about that. The airlines are able to adjust the flights to offer more competitive flights to grow their businesses. So it's open airs. And what we're going to find is more people coming to the DR. The prices are reasonable, the weather, all of the reasons that people would want to come. But now with the Open Skies Agreement, it's going to help maintain flight prices more reasonable. Our team that helps in the education process understand that we have access to you in group settings but will you have real estate attorneys, property managers, banks, etc., to address issues or concerns? Absolutely. I mean, I love this question, Mike. And I know this is kind of a setup because you know what we do. We work with professionals. Your lawyer is one of your most important relationships here in the Dominican Republic. Even me, I've lived here 18 years. I've been here since 2000. I know how to read a contract. I could correct a contract. I can find the errors in the contract. I still like the lawyers, especially the lawyers we work with, because they know the law. They know the changes. Even as we speak, the president is coming down with new tax laws, and the lawyers know these inside and out. They are studying these kind of things. So, you know, as things change, I count on the lawyers to really know what's going on. They advise, they come in to the meetings, answer questions, Q&A. So we will have our resources coming into those meetings, which is why I said we'll have the meetings with some educational stuff, some guest speakers, whatever you need as an investor. And there's never going to be a cost for those kind of things. And a lot of the professionals will consult you for free, to give you a free consultation, to advise you, because they understand how important that is. And the people that we work with and recommend are not going to charge you to have an initial conversation with you ever. They're going to talk about what they do, give you some advice, and then you can go from there. So we will be providing a lot of education to you throughout your experience in the program. That is our obligation to you. I really like doing that anyway, but now I really want to focus on the group that is coming in to partner with Boardwalk to pour extra into those people. So you can be sure that whatever you're going to need, we're not going to limit you in any way, shape, or form, because the more you know, the better you can invest, the more money you're going to make. And I'm here to help you to not step in any of the potholes or the minefields that I exploded as I've learned throughout my 24 years being in real estate, being an investor, all the years I have here. I want to pour that into you and help you to kind of grow and make that money. All of us together, win-win. So let's continue. What return on investment can I make? Well, between 8 and 10% is what we present. You saw the numbers, it looks like 9, but let's say something happens in the world and you don't get as many rentals, then you're going to make a little bit less. But here's the beauty of it. You don't owe any money. So how nice to have a property that is not on your back. There's so many reasons why this is great. I mean, I have people literally today, somebody came to me who bought in one of our other projects and said, I'm down on my luck, basically. I need to get my money out of this investment. And there is no easy way to do that. She signed a contract that she was going to buy this property and make these payments. I mean, you know, the contract says you can't just come and say, you know, I got a divorce and I need to pull out. It's not so easy to do. So this is an opportunity that you can work with something less, but you own it outright. The group owns it outright. Even if there's a slow rental month, you're not going to have to make that payment to the bank. So your investment is so much more secure because there's no risk of foreclosure, really. So, you know, these are some of the pluses for sure. She probably should have invested with the group, and then her investment would be 100% safe, 100%, and not at risk because of a contract or a promise she made to make payments and didn't, you know, now she has life happening, and we're going to have to go to the contract for, you know, how she can get out and what we can do and how we can work with her, but not as easy, not as easy. So 8 to 10% annual return. You'll benefit from appreciation, and you'll benefit by saving on accommodations when you come down, because the group can make an agreement that all the owners get X number of time, and they can use the property. Maybe if it's not booked, a lot of people do that. If it's not booked, you can come down and use it, pay for the electricity and the cleaning, so it's not an expense to the group. But those are the kind of things that you can do too. You can save that money, you know, put that in the bank to buy the next investment if you can come down and you have your lodging covered. What happens if one of the partners does not pay? Well, If one of the partners does not pay, then they will lose their rights to any unpaid shares that will be offered to existing partners equally at cost. So what does that mean? Let's say there are three people, Bob, Jim, and Rob. And let's say Jim can't make his payments. Well, then Bob and Rob can say, okay, we'll take those shares for the same price. So if somebody basically defaults on their future payments, the existing partners can get in at the same cost, even if the asset has appreciated, because we did not want to set up the program to where somebody would default and gain off of what they haven't even paid for. The other partners have the first right of refusal to jump in and buy at the same rate as the original contract, so they can even jump in on an investment that is already appreciated if one of the partners cannot follow through. Now, that partner does not lose what they have already put in, because by the time that we get to the contracts, they've already put in 50% of what they owe. So let's say they don't get 20% of the investment, they get 10. Because they didn't come up with the other 10, but you don't lose what you put in. So this is, we don't want you to lose money either. Like, I see people losing money and I'm just like, oh my God, they worked so hard for this money and they didn't know what they were doing and now they're stuck. But this way you don't lose what you put in, you retain. Maybe we adjust some of the shares in the company, and then you continue. So this is how we do it. Now, let's say the partners don't want to buy. The partner's like, look, I got mine. I don't have Jim. The developer will come in and cover the difference with Jim. Boardwalk will come in and cover the difference with Jim so that the investment stays whole. And in the future, if Bob or Rob decides that they want to come back and buy from Boardwalk, then we look at the market value and Boardwalk will sell. So we're involved. We guarantee the solvency of the investment, and we're always open so that if you come, Bob or Rob is like, look, I got some money, I got a bonus, I really want to get those extra shares. We check the market value, Boardwalk will sell the shares, no problem. So we guarantee the investment. What are the options if they can't make the payments? It's similar to what we said. Your partners will get the first right of refusal. They take it off of your back. You don't make any money, but you don't, have an obligation. You stick with the shares that you have. And then but if you, let's say you pay for all your shares, you own them, and you want to sell them, then you can get the appreciation because you actually own the shares. Like, until you pay for them, you really don't actually own them. But if you own them and you come back and you want to sell and the prices have gone up 20%, make that money. That's what it's all about. It's about making money, not losing money with investments. So this is what happens if you decide that you can't make the payments, is the builder will come in and take the difference if your partners don't want it. Now, what are your options if you want out of the investment? The same, you can sell to another investor, and we'll buy back your shares at the same cost. So let's say you want out. Let's say this lady who contacted me today and was like, I need my money back. You come and you say, I need my money back. The builder will work with you at the same cost that you paid. So let's say the shares have gone up and it's worth more. If you are, if you are, say, like, desperate, the builder will come and bail you out for the same price, not for a higher value. But if you can sell them, go ahead and sell them. If you know somebody, if you got a friend, if you're talking it up, you got somebody who wants in, then you can bring them in and earn off of that. So when and how will profits be distributed? We're working with semi-annual, twice a year, so you get paid twice a year, your profits, unless all of the owners say, look, we want our profits monthly, or we want our profits once a year. You can vote on that because you own the company. You can make the rules. This is what we recommend. So we're going to set up the companies using the best practices on the market, but you guys will own the company. So you can come in and vote and say, we rather get paid quarterly. You can get paid quarterly with the money that your property has earned. So what about property management? We recommend the property managers. There will be an on-site manager. There are property managers in the area, even at Maple Beach, doing very, very well. You can work with them. You choose who you want for your property management, and we'll let you know when you will want to start looking at your property manager so that you are ready by the time you receive the keys. How do taxes work? It's just based on the value of the property. Based on the value of the Maple Suites, there are no property taxes, will never be property taxes because that minimum value goes up every year and they don't come back and do reassessments. And then a FACTA is an agreement between the US and the DR about taxation. So you will not be double taxed. There is a 27% income tax for companies. We have to pay taxes. It is one of the two guarantees in life. Can I buy with my US company? I think that was one of the questions. Yes, you can buy with the US company. You'll have to get some paperwork, translate it, but that process is not too complicated. We know about that process. So this is something new. What about hurricanes? I get this question all the time. Every time I get this question, I have to sit up and say, well, it's where we're located on the map in Puerto Rico and everything. And I finally have this in a visual. So here is the visual. So if you look here, we have the Dominican Republic, and Punta Cana is literally on the eastern tip. That's why we're on the beach. We're literally on the eastern tip of the Dominican Republic. So what happens when we get rain? Well, if it comes from the east, there's Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico always protects us. Anything that's coming due east is coming by Puerto Rico. And then we do get sometimes the storms coming from the south, but they come and they're coming into like Santo Domingo in the south. They're not really threading a needle and hitting this eastern tip. We don't get that. When they come from the south, or if they come from the east Puerto Rico. We never have anything coming from the north. So we're really very protected. All the storms that we've seen this summer that are in North Carolina, Texas, Florida, all of this we've been hearing, we've had literally zero impact. Knock on wood, gracias a Dios, and all the stuff that I should say so that I don't open up Murphy's Law, but we are very protected. So that answers the hurricane question. What if you're not ready? Can you invest down the line? Yes, you can invest anytime, but you need to know that you will be paying more. So if you're ready for that, if you want to sit back and you want to watch, that is absolutely fine. That is actually a good idea. This is a part of the idea is that you get in, you start paying attention and you start watching, but you're actually in the investment. So you can watch your investment grow versus watching the prices go up and you're not, you're sitting on the sidelines. You can absolutely do that. I encourage you to stay involved with us and keep up with what's going on because that's how you learn. And if you're invested, then you have an extra motivation to really stick with it and learn what you need to learn and invest. So if there's not a group ready, we have to wait for others to join the program. But if there are people who want to join, let us know that you're interested. We'll contact you. We'll put you with the group and get you your property right away. Also, you'll miss out on some of the education sessions because we're gonna start hitting that hard and heavy. I like to educate and for people to learn and for us to talk about business and putting deals together and the numbers and the rentals and all of that. That's actually fun. I actually like that. Like, who doesn't like talking about making money or investing or those kind of things or learning and putting your knowledge to work? You'll start hearing about investment opportunities. You start thinking about return of investment. It's actually a good thing. So let me tell you about the process. Very simple. You sign a reservation form. You make your initial deposit, which you can do by bank transfer, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App. Easy to send money, especially a deposit, a couple $1,000s. We'll put the groups together, then you'll meet your partners. We'll have those groups. We'll talk about the process and everything. Then you'll sign the partnership agreement and the purchase contract. So those two legal documents are included in the numbers we put together for you, that the lawyer will come in, we'll talk, we'll consult, we'll advise. And then after that, you will send the second deposit. After that are the monthly payments that you will make. And then at the end of the year, next year, you'll receive your condo upon delivery, furnished, everything ready to go. You will sign with your management company and then you'll make your money. And so this is the process. It's pretty simple. there are those steps. Some steps take a little bit of involvement, like the partnership agreement. We'll review those with you. They'll be in Spanish, but we'll have side-by-side contracts with English, everything so that you can really read and understand what you are doing. And that's it. That's really it. Let me come back and see if there are other questions. Love the questions. Want to answer all of your questions. Let me see where I am. And you can grab my WhatsApp. That's the best way to reach me. You can send me an email. I do have my assistant helping me with the emails, helping me keep up with that. But if you contact me by WhatsApp, that is direct. And you can let me know what you thought about this presentation, what you think about the investment opportunities. If you're ready to jump in, or if you want to hang around for a little bit more and see what happens, what's going to happen is prices are going to go up. And there's going to be more demand. Those roads are going to get fixed, and then everything will just do what it has been doing this whole time that I've been here, is just going up and up and up and up and up. After the election, we're probably going to have a boom because somebody's guy or girl is going to lose, and then they're going to want to get the hell out of Dodge. Happens every election year. So things are going to be moving here. So ideally, jump in and let us know if you're interested in getting involved with one of the groups. Let me go back to the questions and see. Somebody's asking for further information. Okay. And Cynthia put in there the how to get a one-to-one. We can sit down with you. We can go over what you have, how you can get your money together. If you may need to make your deposit in 2 chunks, we can work with that. I got this money coming. I got that coming. I want to put it together like this. Can I make quarterly payments? Can I pay a little bit more here, there? Like, we're going to work with you. So this is just a general presentation and an overview. But if you want to drill down and set up an appointment, we will meet with you one-to-one and go through your scenario. Also, if you need more information, go to the podcast. I do have a podcast on YouTube. It is a Punta Cana podcast. You can search YouTube Punta Cana podcast or Cheryl Henderson Punta Cana, and we have over 40 different episodes. This year, we start at the beginning of the year. Every week, we have a new guest talking about their experience. I love when some of them come and they talk about real estate. The episode that will be coming out on Sunday, she just blew my mind because she was like, my property doubled in 4 years. And I'm like, yes. And you know, I wasn't involved with that. She was just here, and she's been here for a lot of years, and she's investing, and she's not even a realtor. She is an event planner, but she has invested, and she's making money, and she's excited, and she's doing more investing, and many people have invested. I mean, they're here and they're watching what's going on and getting in. Are there any units already developed for purchase in your program? At this point, no, because the idea is pre-construction to allow the time to make the payments, because right now you're putting down half of your total investment. Let's say if it's 50,000, 40,000, you're putting down 20,000, 25,000, and then over the year, you're making payments. So that is pre-construction, not anything that is done. Now, if you are interested in something that is done, actually, I have somebody who's interested in a lockout, a couple of people who are interested in a lockout. So we might bring in that last 2-bedroom condo that we have in Maple Beach, and then see if a group wants to buy that. And we have a penthouse too, and we have a 1-bedroom. So we actually do have some properties in Maple Beach that are ready to go, that have come back on the market because people get stuck. They get stuck and they can't bring it together. And then we have it back on the market. So the one who's asking if there's anything existing, let's take a note, because if we get maybe 1 or 2 more people, we could offer you a 2-bedroom with the lockout. And we do have a couple of people who are interested in that, and it's ready. So if your money is ready, your investment can be ready now. So it's like, what do you need? We got it. You know, a lot of people need time, or they want time, or they want to go out and get that extra job, or deliver a couple of extra pizzas and lock in on it. But we're flexible. We can work with you. So let me see, are there plans to build 2 or 3 bedrooms? Yes. In Maple Beach, we have 2 and 3 bedrooms available now. And we have another project that we may actually put into the program if there's demand. Like if there's demand, we'll go over to one of our other projects and add a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom if there is demand. So let us know your scenario, your situation. You ready now? You're ready a little bit later. You don't need the monthly payments, but you want to work with the group and put something in the program and still participate with the program. We're open. We're really, really, really open. So communicate with us, because we have many people talking to us saying, I would like to do this, or I would like to do it with 2 people, or I would like a lockout. And we're like, okay, you know, we can put these opportunities together and walk you through the whole process. Or let's say you have a group. Let's say you have some friends. It's like, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and get in this program? We can learn, we can have that experience together. You can even do it like that. I mean, we're open. We're building this together. Hey, Steve. I see you turn on
Hey,
your
love.
camera. You want to
How
say?
are you?
All right, now I got Siri over here talking to me. Like,
How are you?
I said, Steve, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. I just need to this thing is being recorded, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Probably I need you to send it to me at the end so I can forward it to a bunch of my buddies up here.
Okay, great. We can do that. And then
It's
we
an
can,
awesome idea.
yeah, I mean, we hear about it. I remember when you did the podcast with me telling your story about investing, because you are a repeat investor.
Oh yeah. Repeat offender.
You already have keys to your place, you furnish.
Oh yeah.
So anybody
Yeah.
on here, you meet Steve Love, who is
Aye.
a guest on the podcast. People have reached out to him. He's talked about his experience. And we had that aha there, that we were like, you know what, group investment. So sometimes I'm a little slow. It takes time for the idea to sink in. But I was like, you know what? This idea has come to me enough times, or enough people saying, let me get a partner, or let me get a friend, or let me get my family. It's like, why don't we just create the structure already so that people can just jump in? And also, not only that, and just say, here you are as a group, but why don't we take care of each other and work together and learn and grow and add that extra value?
I don't necessarily have to, but I think I would like to get in with 1 or 2 groups myself, because I'm already in Sun Village. But I want to be in Maple Beach area as well. So if there is a group available, I'll be jumping into one of those groups myself.
Okay, great. Gotcha. Oof. And that group will have a serious asset, because you've been there, done that. You've bought various properties. You got keys. You got construction. Like,
Oh yeah.
this will be fun. This will be fun. Excellent. Somebody is asking, is it a REIT? That's a real estate investment trust. No, this is not a trust. You own the property. You have the title to the property. You own it through the company that you are owner of. So this is not like some big black hole. This is not a REIT. You own the property. You have the control of the property. It's not like a rental pool. You own your property. You're a lot more responsible. You have the ownership, but you have the support of the group and the experts. All right, so we're going to wrap up. Thank you to all of you who participated tonight. We love feedback. This is the first time I'm doing the presentation like this. We've been working with it. We put it together. We presented it privately, but would love to hear any of your feedback as we go forward with this. And then we will also have folks who will, talk about their experiences as we go through this. So we're going to get a couple of groups kicked off. And if you're interested in the one-to-one, or if you're interested in presenting to a group, or even the link to this presentation, let us know so that we can support you. Okay. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy Wednesday evening. Thank you for being in touch with us. Reach out if you need anything, and we'll be in touch very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.